What happens if the US prepares to strike Iran, but their traditional Middle Eastern allies say no? If key nations like Qatar and Saudi Arabia deny permission for military action from their soil due to political constraints, the US has to activate its second strategy. This means bypassing the immediate region for staging the attack and instead launching from the perimeter using European bases. However, distance is the ultimate enemy in aerial warfare, which completely rewrites the tactical playbook. But just how many bases does the US actually have in the Middle East to begin with? The US footprint is massive. There are roughly 30 to 40 military installations scattered across the Middle East, hosting around 30,000 to 40,000 troops. This includes massive hubs like Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, the naval support activity in Bahrain, and Al Dhafra in the UAE. Losing access to this sprawling, localized network for a strike on Iran is a logistical nightmare, which is exactly why the European backup plan is necessary. If they are denied these local bases, what is this latest strategy they pull out of their sleeves? The core of the new strategy is a massive logistics shift, heavily relying on the deployment of an armada of flying gas stations. The US will employ a coordinated deployment of dozens of KC-135 Stratotanker air-to-air refueling aircraft. These are moving from the continental United States and the UK directly into bases in Greece such as Suda Bay and Bulgaria. Why are these KC-135 tankers considered the lifeblood of this operation? Because without them, the operation simply cannot happen. Striking Iran from European bases like those in Cyprus, Greece, or Bulgaria means aircraft must cross immense distances. Fighter jets like F-35s or F-16s simply do not have the internal fuel capacity for a multi-thousand-mile round trip. The KC-135 tankers act as a floating bridge. They rendezvous with the strike packages mid-air to top off their tanks, allowing them to penetrate Iranian airspace, drop their payloads, and make it back to Europe safely. If the tankers don't fly, the strike jets are grounded. So how does the US Navy factor into this massive geographic shift in strategy? To supplement the loss of Middle Eastern land bases, the Navy brings its floating cities into play. For instance, the Gerald R. Ford carrier strike group, currently positioned off Gibraltar, would push rapidly eastward. By reaching the eastern Mediterranean shortly, it creates a crushing strategic pincer. These new carrier can launch at least 4 jets per minute and uses electromagnetic aircraft launch system. A sequence of electromagnets along the track is energized with precise timing controlled by digital software. These magnets create a moving magnetic field that smoothly pulls and pushes the shuttle, accelerating the aircraft according to a programmed acceleration curve. Once the aircraft reaches takeoff speed, about 155 miles per hour or around 240 kilometers per hour, then the shuttle releases it, and the aircraft lifts off. The shuttle then slows down electromagnetically and returns to its starting position, ready for the next launch. You might wonder why the Navy chose this costly upgrade over the tried-and-true steam catapults. The answer is simple. Electromagnetic takeoff provides smoother acceleration, significantly reducing stress and wear on aircraft frames compared to the harsh forces of steam catapults. Well, apart from aircraft carrier, the US also needs a monstrous amount of missile terminal air defense system. The US had actually removed 60% of its missile defense systems from Qatar and the Middle East. So how many missiles are being transported from different parts of the world to fix this? The answer is fill the sky with these Globemasters. The US military needs a massive airlift of roughly 4 to 6 Patriot batteries and components for a THAAD battery. This involves over 300 heavy transport flights. But here is the detail most people miss. The US needs a flood of aging Patriot missiles to be pulled from stockpiles in Germany and Japan. Why move old missiles? Because they are the perfect cheap solution for Iran's thousands of Shahed drones. Commanders are hoarding the brand new Scarce PAC-3 kinetic interceptors for the hypersonic and ballistic missile threats. The military is clearing out the Cold War inventory to save the modern tech for the big one. But the Navy destroyers will be the first one to strike. The attack begins not with manned aircraft, but with robotic precision from the sea. The goal is simple: blind the enemy's eyes, their radars, and silence their voice, their command and control. In the Persian Gulf and the Northern Arabian Sea, Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, ships like the USS Thomas Hudner, receive the launch order.